Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, Sonic Love. So in today's video, we're going to be checking out the GamePlayer, aka Gaming Max. I heard a lot about this. I seen it on AliExpress, shown a little bit of interest. I thought it's a lesser chip, so it's a chip down from the RK chips that we're used to. So it doesn't have, I think it's the 128 RK 3128, I think. So it's a less powerful chip than our regular RGB 10 Max and so forth. So without further ado, let's get right into the unboxing and first impressions. So the box it comes with, it's pretty snazzy, it looks the part. I really don't think this is going to be able to play PSP very well or Dreamcast very well. I think with the chipset that it has inside, I just don't think it's going to be able to push for that. We may be able to get a few games working of it, but I'd say this is predominantly only able to play up to PS1 successfully. The rest, and you know, that's dependent on all the emulators that they're using inside. Normally with systems like this that just don't have the backing, tend to be poor performances just because, yeah, they put the crappiest software on there and it's just not optimized very well, but we will check it out. So as you can see, it's the model A380. It has a 5 volt 2 amp 4-inch screen, resolution IPS of 400x800, 3000 milliamp hour battery. It has a 32 gig FT card slot in there. On the other side of the box, it says that it's built-in 9 simulators, 4-inch HD, sport multiplayer, sport TV out. Yeah, the usual malarkey, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and so forth. Okay, so the box, it's quite informative. I actually quite like the style of it. It reminds me of the Retroid Pocket V2, to my knowledge anyway, of my experience of handhelds. That's what it's looking like so far. So in the box itself, we're greeted with some nice snazzy packaging. So if we lift that up, there we go. Okay, so it's quite heavy. It's got a bit of weight to it. It's got 2 front-facing speakers. They don't look the best, in all honesty. The D-pad, I've seen a D-pad like this before, terrible at diagonals. It's quite stiff. Switch analog sticks, they're quite nice. I don't know if you can see, we got the TF card slot on the side. Yes, we have L3 and R3. We're having a volume clicker on the bottom. On the other side, we have F-all. On the top, we have a power switch, a reset switch, mini HDMI, and also a USB charging port. I like the analog sticks at the top. I think they're really, really cool. You know, definitely like the Retroid Pocket V2 style. I really like that. It's comfortable in the hand. It feels quite nice. So I absolutely love everything apart from the speakers. Not really too keen on them, and the D-pad, but everything else seems to be fine. The build quality is solid. It's really nice. Yeah, not bad. So this came in at $60, I think it came in at. 73 with the shipping taxes from AliExpress. So let's turn this bad boy on. So I believe this has got a dual boot system. So it has an Android based, but very minimal, I believe. And then it has some type of, yeah, like program on there that has a specific software for emulation. So it's greeting us with a snail logo. It's not OC laminated, there is a gap, not much of a gap granted, but there is still a gap. Okay, so the viewing angles, oh, they're not too bad. Don't know if you can see that, that's quite clear. Yeah, so once you get to, say, vertically straight, then the angles do go a little bit skewiff, but it's not bad. So interface itself seems to be quite snappy. We just have a list of our emulators, which is PSP, Super Famicom, Famicom, N64, PS1, Neo Geo, Game Boy Advance, Mega Drive, and what is that bottom one? MAME. Do we have any more? CPS1, CPS2, Game Boy Color. More systems to follow. So it looks like once you hook up to Wi-Fi and update it, it may have more systems implemented at a later date, but I will have to check that out in another video maybe. Okay, so as far as we go with options, we have language, backlight, time, keytone, title, I don't know what that is, system information, switch to open source. So that'll be where we change the dual boot. Okay, so let's back up and let's test out some systems. So let's test out everything in a short space. So what I'll do, guys, yeah, I think the first impressions, it looks really nice, but I won't know until I start playing games. So what we'll do is we'll jump into some gameplay and performance of stock, then we'll jump into Android and see what we can do on that side also. So let's kick things off with some PSP and go through them accordingly. Okay, so it's brought us into a menu type system, and on the menu itself we have PSP, Super Famicom, Famicom, Game Boy Advance, PS1, Game Boy Color, MAME, Mega Drive, N64, Neo Geo, CPS1 and 2. If you have a look at the top right hand corner, it says type, all, and recently played. Okay, so let's just jump into some PSP. So we don't have many titles there, but we'll just jump into one anyway. Remember, this is not as powerful as an RGB10 Max or the RG351P or V. It's just not got the same power. Okay. Oh dear, did you see that then? So to me it feels like frame skip is on. Like it's running. But it is choppy, incredibly choppy. Hopefully we'll be able to sort that. Let's just test out some buttons here. Start. Select. Okay, let's go. Okay, so options wise we have resume, restart, save state, load state, control and quick game. So there's no way of changing any settings in the emulator itself, whether it be PPSSPP or RetroArch. It doesn't give you any options, which is a bummer. So if we press top right, then we go down. So let's just check out a game for Super Famicom. Let's try Battletoads. I think for the 16 and 18-bit, we're not going to have a problem with this. Yeah, I'd love to know in the comments, guys, if there's anything you want me to test on here, then just let me know in the comments. I will do a breakdown of the emulators if you want me to. Yeah, unfortunately there's no way of changing the aspect ratio as well, especially in this mode that it's in now, which is just standard software for it. And I'm not too sure if you can see or tell by the graphics. Yes, it looks nice. The colours are vibrant, the screen is actually okay. The sound is definitely tinny, but I don't know if you can notice, but it's got that fancy graphics on where it just ends up looking like a pixel smudgery of just blurriness. There's no pixelation. It's just like painted or drawn with crayons. I hate that style. It looks clean, don't get me wrong, but I just prefer the pixelated look. And I think another system that I remember testing, it only had that on the 16 and 18 bit. But the rest were fine, we'll have to check that out. But yeah, as you can see, SNES, I don't think you're going to have any problems really. Let's check this D-pad out, how responsive is it? Oh, it's not too bad, but again, it's not the best. Sufficient, I would say it was definitely sufficient. Okay, so let's press the reset button. Gives us our options, quick game, and let's move on to quickly something else. Let's try a bit of 1942 on Famicom. Okay, yeah, no problem with NES. Game Boy Advance. Yeah, same with Game Boy Advance, unfortunately. It's got that. There's some crackling distortion in the sound. Yeah, and it's definitely got that enhanced graphics, which just merges it all together. That's simply quite enough of that. Okay, let's go on to some PS1. Let's go with some Tekken 3. Seems to be playing at full speed. Sadly, there's no way to put any FPS on there, guys, sorry. It looks quite sharp, looks quite nice. It's actually kept the pixels this time around on this emulator, which is good. But you're not going to have any problems with PS1. Let's move on to some MAME. Let's go with some Samurai Showdown. There seems to be quite a long delay in loading times as well. Bit annoying. So also on arcade there is a lot of fancy graphics going on. It's not pixelated, it's in that art style. Definitely not keen on it, guys. It would actually be a deal breaker for me if I knew that you couldn't change that. Hopefully we'll be able to put retro arch on there and get rid of that. Playable, just. Okay, let's move on to some N64, I think. No, Mega Drive. Let's do some, one thing I don't see. I see PSP, but I don't see Dreamcast. Go for another world. Zumba. Okay, so Mega Drive is all groovy. N64. What are we dealing with here? Okay, let's try some FZero. It's smooth enough. I don't think it's running entirely full speed. I could be wrong, but it's definitely playable. I'll definitely do a video, guys, on more N64 performance. Okay, so let's quickly see what this dual boot is all about. What I'll do, guys, is I'll come back, I'll put something on there, and then we'll check it out. Okay, guys, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go over to the dual boot system. You need to go to options, switching to open source. We agree. So I didn't tinker around with it too long, guys. I will do another video on this. This is just showing it on the first impressions video. But I managed to put in RetroArch and also a few other APKs. So that's pretty cool that you can do that. So what we're going to do, just for this video, we're just going to test out PPSSPP. Just to see if that performance, just to see the performance on PSP with the stock version and then also the standalone version. So let's check it out. So as you can see, we have the FPS, we have all the options available to us. It is in Chinese. Unfortunately, I do know my way around, so I am able to change a few of the settings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the best one that you can do, which is ×2. On resolution, and then come up to the top and take filter off. And then come down and then change frame skip of 1. And we should get a constant 30 out of it, I'm hoping. Let's see.
Oh yeah, the course is in excellent condition. 3, 2, 1, go! Looks like you got a good start. Can you keep your lead?
So 2x resolution, 30 frames, very, very playable. So okay guys, I'm going to leave it there for now. I will do another video. I will try and put on other APKs to test out the dual boot side. But this is a first impressions video and unboxing. So my thoughts so far, build quality, I think it's absolutely solid. It's very comfortable. I think the way that they've designed the L2 and R2 is fantastic. I really do like the landscape layout with the orientation of the L and R buttons like that is really comfortable. The switch analog sticks, they're not going to let you down. They're pretty cool. The D-pad, yes, it works, but I'm not a big fan. The speakers are hit and miss. I notice a lot of crackles and distorted sound, even though it's quite loud, and some games don't have the crackling, so I'm sure that's just another emulation type issue or software issue. My thoughts so far, I think that the stock firmware that they're using is an absolute pile of shit, and hopefully in the right hands somebody will be able to put on there something decent and get the full potential out of this unit. As I say, it's not as powerful as the RG351V or any of the other rock chips that we're used to. It is a lesser powerful rock chip, so there's that to take into consideration. But I think if a new firmware or image gets done for this, I think we'll have a winner. For $60, I think that would be a bargain. But as it stands now, I'm not too sure. I'll have to tinker around with it, mess around with it, and see what we can get out of this. But aesthetically, I like it. I think it's really nice. I think the screen's okay. It's a bit of a shame that it hasn't got the OC laminated display. But yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts and feelings on the Game Max. Yeah, love to know what you think, guys. Please hit that like button. It helps the channel out so much, you have no idea. And if you like this sort of thing, then please consider subscribing. And as always, guys, take care.